Headline GLJ Research says Tesla could be cooking the books and need to reverse the regulatory credit revenue. That's TSLA Tesla. VTGN, Vistagen announcing positive meeting with FDA regarding pivotal phase 3 study of PH94B for acute treatment of anxiety in patients with social anxiety disorder. DVAX, Dynavax, and Medigen announced collaboration to develop novel adjuvanted COVID-19 vaccine candidate, DVAX. GWW, Granger reporting 375. The estimate was 339 for GWW. UNP Union Pacific reporting $1.67. The estimate of $1.55. Revenue of $4.2 billion below estimate for UNP. CBLI, CymaBay, reinitiating clinical development focusing on phase 1. CymaBay reinitiating clinical development focusing first on phase 3 for PBC. Clinical hold lifted on Seladelpar, INDs in NASH, PBC, and PSC. That's Charlie Bravo Alpha Yankee, CBAY. MDRX, all scripts clients dedicated to patient health throughout COVID-19 pandemic. Michael Delta Romeo X-ray. PIRS, Pyrrhus Pharmaceuticals, announcing oral presentation of phase 1 data for 1BB HER2 bispecific PRS 343 at European Society for Medical Oncology. PIRS, Papa India Romeo Sandy. BPOP, Popular Inc., reporting $1.49. Estimate was 92 cents for BPOP, so that's ahead of estimate for Bravo Papa, Oscar Papa. JILL, J. Jill announcing extended forbearance. Juliet India Lima Lima, JILL. J. Jill spiking to 97 cents, up 32 cents at the high for JILL. NOVN, Novan to host live audio webcast of annual meeting of shareholders, November Oscar Victor November, NOVN. That's on July 28th at 9:30 a.m. That's NOVN, November Oscar Victor November. Benzinger market update: S&P futures up 7.25, the Dow futures up 65, Nasdaq up 58.75, crude is down 24 cents at 41.65, gold is up $6 at 18.71. Coming up at 8:30, jobless claims, initial claims 1.3 million, continuing claims 17.067 million expected. That's coming up at 8:30. LIVX, LiveX Live Media announcing binding agreements for what $17.5 million common stock financing at $4.14 per share, including a $10 million conversion of liabilities to equity by a major music partner. That's Lima India Victor X-Ray, LIVX, LiveX Live. LIVX spiking on that news, $4.72, LIVX. FSLR First Solar, Goldman Sachs Renewable Power acquires 123 megawatt project from First Solar, FSLR. Mnuchin on CNBC says president's priority are kids and jobs. Mnuchin says White House has agreed next coronavirus bill will have $16 billion in new funds for testing. Says enhanced unemployment insurance is a priority in the next bill. Mnuchin says there could be a fifth coronavirus relief bill. Mnuchin says Trump wants to send direct payments to people. Mnuchin says White House focused on putting $1 trillion more into coronavirus relief and could come back for CARES 5.0. Twitter CEO Dorsey says in early phases of exploring subscriptions, bar would be high for asking consumers to pay for parts of Twitter. TWTR. That on their conference call now. Coming up in a couple of minutes at 8:30, jobless claims, initial claims 1.3 million expected, continuing claims 17.067 million expected. Secretary Mnuchin says GOP plan for unemployment extension will be based on a 70% wage replacement. LIVX, LiveX Live, LIVX shares dropping to 391, down 9 cents, hit a high 49 on that deal reported by the company, LIVX. $1.416 million on initial claims. That's above estimate. Continuing claims, $16.197 million. That's slightly below estimate on jobless claims. S&P futures ticking slightly higher. VERU, Vero receives positive input from the FDA on phase 3 pivotal trial to evaluate Vero 111 in metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer. That's Victor Echo Romeo Uniform, VERU. INUV, Inuvo pricing their 20 million share offering at 50 cents per share in the November Uniform Victor. TOWN Town Bank reporting 48 cents, the estimate 28 cents for TOWN, Tango Oscar Whiskey November. SOLO, Electromechanica expands EV retail footprint in prominent Portland, Oregon suburb. That's Sandy Oscar Lima Oscar, SOLO. MKGI, Monica Group, to acquire technology leader Hotplay, and 33% interest in Axion Ventures. That's Michael X-Ray, Michael Kilo Golf India, MKGI. SGBX, SG Blocks partners with Grimshaw to create prefabricated modular education facilities. That's SGBX, Sandy Golf Bravo X-Ray. ACRX, Accelerex Pharmaceuticals, getting a pop here, $1.11. Alpha Charlie Romeo X-Ray. Company announcing $10 million common stock offering priced at the market. Funds affiliated with Armistice Capital, acquiring 9.4 million shares at $1.06 per share, now at $1.10. That's ACRX, Alpha Charlie Romeo X-Ray, ACRX. EVBG, Everbridge awarded rigorous policy certification for its critical event management solution that helps organizations mitigate the impact of COVID-19 and other crises. That's Echo Victor Bravo Golf. MKGI, Moniker Group, shares to resume trading at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Mnuchin says U.S. to protect the stability of the dollar. Mnuchin says looking at unemployment benefits that are 70% wage replacement. Again, that's from Secretary Mnuchin on CNBC. ACRX Accelerus announcing exclusive distribution and promotion partnership for Desuvia, expected to be available for order by certified dental oral surgeons exclusively through U.S. Through Zimmer Biomet in the U.S. That's ACRX. Accelerx now at $1.16 off the high. Mnuchin says Republicans still working on new formula for expanded unemployment benefits. PHM Pulte says the combination of strong demand and limited inventory has allowed company to raise prices across many of its communities. That from the CEO on their conference call now, Papa Hotel Michael. PHM. HSY Hershey's says on Halloween sales, we feel pretty good and have orders from retailers. HSY. Mnuchin says no payroll tax cut in the Senate GOP base stimulus bill. WHO says more than 10,000 African health workers have COVID-19. Fed's Dudley. Dudley says Fed could extend duration of bond purchases. MIST, Milestone Pharma shares hitting new highs now, 653, getting close to 100% gain now. Milestone announcing a $25 million private placement and an update on their regulatory guidance development plan for their treatment for PSVT. That's Michael India. Sandy Tango now at 644, just off the highs.
I'm here. Cool. Which trade? Oh, yeah, I played into the 68 front run and back up into 71 and got out. Now I'm long again. So we need to hold the 63. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Good morning, guys. Sorry for the delay this morning. I'm Ryan, Pro Futures Group, and then you got Bart on the other end of the spectrum here. So kind of see the cluster of charts over here. Some of you guys were asking about crude, so I charted some crude, kind of did that whole ordeal this morning. Gold was actually my main focus. I spent an hour this morning charting gold because people were asking about it. So as you can see, this level provided an amazing reaction, almost 75 ticks, or actually it was 75 ticks. So this was an awesome trade. Unfortunately, I didn't take it. My morning has been running a little behind. I did try to take the 69 here. I smashed the market when I saw it, and my targets were 73. Looks like we came a couple ticks away, and ended up being a loss. But I only put on a couple micros, so I really wasn't too concerned here. I'm going to let Bart do the recap. I haven't had a chance to really look at the ES super hard. So, Bart, if you want to just kind of give us your overall thoughts, it'd be awesome.
Yeah, so yesterday I posted in the room, but in case people don't see it, if they just come in right now, that the 32.44 was important for us to hold to continue the trend up. The ultimate goal is to get to 32.90 or the bigger picture. Those are the main pivot points. In the middle, we had 32.67, which we went above, lost, and then regained and moved ourselves up to 90. Right now, we're one time framing down, so they're pushing it back down. Not that we can't regain 32.67, but that is the key level. Right now, we are not going to have what you would call a true gap at the open, unless we pop really high here. So we're going to be in yesterday's profile and repairing around the 62 to 63 area, which we are doing now. So the repair does not necessarily happen during the Globex time, but if you had a profile up and you're looking at it, you can see that's what we moved above from the profile yesterday to get into 71 and then continue to move up into the mid 80s. So we're going to bounce around here at this 67 unless it decides just to open up and drive down, which getting below 32.67 we'd be targeting from a bigger picture back into 32.44. So we are really kind of range bound here. NQ is doing the same thing. We're already in yesterday's profile, and we'll need to gain 899 to continue back up, which is a reference point for us using 32.67. I know it's a lot of numbers that are out there, but if you mark those on the chart, you understand that there's congestion area for market structure at the highs around the 67 area. So just because we drop down below it doesn't mean that we can't regain it. The process would be that we would move back up above it and then lose it, and we would be looking for a short, playing that 67 again. Or the price action right now continues back down, goes into the 50s, 32.50s for ES. Then comes back into 67, and you would short that 67 for a bigger trade down. So there are several numbers that we're watching here as we're going through it, as I bounce through a lot of them. But the point of it is that even though we have a retracement here, we are still moving up and the trend is up, and we're watching what's happening here at 32.67. It's a very key area. NASDAQ is also pushing back down to the 842 area, which is a previous RTH section or area as well. So we can have a bigger drop here, and this transition can be down, losing the 67. So we kind of got to watch our butts here a little bit, as it is continually one time framing down on a 30-minute. We have to have a change, and actually for me get all the way back above 32.70 and then gaining the previous RTH highs. So it's easy when I'm looking at a chart, if my chart is set up correctly, of what we're playing or not playing. But out of that area, those are the key points that we're watching. Previous reference points for RTH highs, and then the significant areas of the 67. So obviously the market is pushing down here, and that's what it looks like it's going to continue doing. So with that, that's a quick overview. Let's really watch 32.67 to see what happens. Push back up into it, and short would be okay.
Yeah.
Monitor hitting $3.70
All right.
up $1.10.
Order filled.
So I'm playing long off this 32.62 here.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Workhorse receives purchase
Get
orders
back
for
up, rotation into
27,000
67s.
all electric delivery trucks from Cincinnati-based E-Trucks. That's Whiskey Kilo.
So just so you guys know, I put that trade on this morning, and I went and got in the shower. I got a little excitable here. I really did not have an order set, so I was long from 69. I was shooting for 73 as my first target, which was VWAP. Didn't make it here. Bart actually got long at 68, I believe, and he made money on that trade, whereas I wasn't here to manage it. So just as a heads up, I'm not even going to mark this one because, you know, I had a loss, he had a win, and would just be on top of each other. So not even going to mess with that. He's long from here as we speak. So I wanted to point out we had jobs numbers today. Jobless numbers were higher than expected. Clearly in this market, it doesn't seem to be a huge effect, but I just wanted to point that out, that during the opening, this could play a small ordeal for volatility. So just kind of want to throw that out there.
22. That's CCL, Charlie Lima.
Looks like our gold numbers are playing pretty good. 75 tick pop from here, coming down. This was my real number here. I'd like to see, as you can see, the highlighted box. So I'd like to see a big pop from here. I'm not playing it. I probably should. My morning's a little behind this morning, guys. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. So.
Chronic pain and movement disorders to personalized therapy via their mobile device.
That's ABT, AMAG, AMEG, and Norgine enter into
Get this shit
exclusive
off of here.
licensing agreements to commercialize serpentine in Europe, Australia, and New Zealand. That's Alpha Michael, Alpha Golf, AMAG.
Yeah. You're behind too? Yeah, man. I spend my morning charting. I usually don't do that, so I didn't get my meditation in. I didn't get a lot of stuff in that I normally do. So, kind of a bad deal, but you know. Internet was down. Yeah, that's a shitty problem. We're so reliant on this fucking internet these days. Alright, so let's see what we got here. Let's come over to our tick chart. Oh.
AMC planning to open U.S. theaters in August. That's Alpha Michael and Charlie.
Nice fucking pop from gold there. Really was.
Getting a pop here on that. AMC.
This might be the 4-hour move that really takes us somewhere decent.
AMC now at 420 up.
So you can see here, guys, just to show you, we came down, we hit this. You know, we got initial reaction from this area here, but this was really my spot. We've come back up, we've gained this weekly support. Now if we come back up and we gain this 4-hour, I mean, we're just continually starting to gain shit. So it would potentially be a very nice move up to the upside. So should have had some orders set there, but we'll see. Either way, the levels are getting reactions, and that's what we're after. So Bart, let's talk about profile. I haven't even looked at this fucking profile this morning yet. So I see we are in yesterday's range, slightly above yesterday's value area.
Right, so that's what we're basically playing right now and holding. We're filling in the top of that, so the move up from the bottom of the B, even though, like I had said, that the Globex typically for a market profile doesn't care about the Globex filling it, but those areas still play. So we can still go back and retest this low at 62 when the market opens up, but that high last push up into the 70s is what we're filling in right now. So the play off the 62 for a long is a good play back up into the high, see if we can gain the top of that profile up there at the 70s. Otherwise, if we can't gain it, then we're going to push back down. So. Make sense?
Yep.
So we also have Tuesday's high profile that's referenced in there as a number as well, which would be that 68.75. So really combining. When we look at the market profile, we want to combine the previous day or 2 days back, so we don't have the one right now. So yesterday's profile and then the previous profile. So right now we're in both of them. We're either going to get a big run back up or a big push back down to replay the levels. So we'd be looking at those lows to confirm. So we're below the highs right now. We would need to regain those at 68, and then the other high there at 71s to push back up. Otherwise, if we stay below that and then re-lose the 67, that's why I'm saying back down. So that 67 is a significant pivot. But again, the trend is still up until we screw around here at the 67s and then confirm that it's going to be taken out.
Nice long at 62, by the way. It's a good choice.
Trying to get out at some 66s here. See if we get it. So the position that I actually played, I played that as he had said. I front ran the 67 back up into 71s. I got out, it was crap, whatever, 1.5. Again, we were one time framing down, so I was going against the trend. When we dropped below 67, I got long again, and then I added into the 62s as that started holding into 63s. So I'm trying to take the majority off here, positive in the 66, 67s, gain 67. Let's move back up to 71. But again, I've not changed on 30-minute time frames yet. We're still fighting the trend. So generally, if I'm fighting the trend, it's best for scalps going against it until those 30-minute candles change the direction. So they're all red coming down right now, even from the 80s.
Well, I'm just looking here. I have a potentially big area for a short here that appears to be untested at 75.25. Ching.
Again, that sound is just set up that I have a 6-point stop, and then when I go positive 2.5 points, then it moves to a 5-point stop. It'll say order filled if I'm getting filled. For me, when I do this, we've talked about this before with the rotations of MATLabs and the hedge funds using those numbers to configure it. So if the average price movement, which is old, because it has a lot of volatility, is 3.25 points, and then the next one is around 5.5 points, moving back up into that area, when I move all the way from positive 5.5 points, then I should only have a rotation back down 3.5 and then hold it. That's why my stops move from 6 to 5.
What's up, baby?
Because I've moved up another 5 points, basically.
UAMY, United States Antimony Company, announcing $2 million private placement to accelerate development of Los Suarez Gold and Silver Project. 35 cents per share, now 46 cents. That's UAMY, Uniform Alpha Michael Yankee.
Tupac said you only move it after you hit 5 points up. That's when mine moves. It's 5 points up. Go ahead and explain it one more time, Bart.
Yeah. So I have an ATM strategy that if I enter a trade, it's automatically my loss is 6 points.
FB Facebook says introducing new feature to
So once the trade from where I entered moves 2.5 points up, my stop moves from 6 points to 5. And then again, I will manage the trade even though I'm trying to get 5+ points out of there. Again, like in this trade here, I'm against the 30-minute candles down. So even though I have that enter in there at 62, trying to get back up to say to 67s, I'm pushing it a little bit. So I'm below there at 66s. Because why? I'm fighting the trend. Or if I'm into a level. So per what I posted in the chat room, we have a level at 62, played it perfectly. The next short really is 65.50, and then there's the level at 67. So 65.50 would be a short typically for the one and done. So I'm pushing it here a little bit. So I might change my targets and or my stops based upon what levels I'm in between. So we want to be mechanical or a machine and try to get it out of there, but at the same time too, we have to have an understanding of what the market's doing or what it's capable of doing. So am I going to say that I'm going to go all the way back up to 85 right now? No way. It's got some work to do. So I got to watch my butt because I'm fighting the trend. So some common sense needs to be there.
There was a nice delta flip as we came down into that 62 as well. Kind of a little confirmation there on the order flow.
And then when we come into the market as well, yes, Ryan, that's right on. And then when we come into the market as well, because we're going into the opening, I might even close something out. So instead of trying to get to 5 points plus, if I'm sitting at 3 or 2 or whatever right before the market opens, I might just close it if I'm not sure. So there's a little bit of management there, but those things are taught in the methodologies as well.
Target filled.
So here's my level for 67, which is a pivot, major pivot level. Like I talked about, gaining it or losing it. So I can't say for sure right now that we're going to gain that. If we get on top of it, we're back long. But it could smack from here as well. So that's why I ended up there. I'm taking the majority off. It keeps going. Great. Let's get up to 71s. I have another number up there at 71, which is also the RTH high. So I'm using the back and forth movement. Lose 71s, you got to go back up to 71s. Lose 67s, I got to go back up to 67s. Vice versa. I must be talkative today.
What's up? What's up? Man, I'm glad because I'm like out of it. My girl kept me up late, and I don't need to talk about why, but I was kept up late, and then other things this morning kind of got me a little slow motion.
So you weren't taking your trades and she was talking to you all night?
Something like that, yeah.
You've been a bad boy, Ryan.
I know.
You've been bad.
I know it throws. You know how she is. It kind of throws me off, man. When I stay up too late, I'm fucking foggy in the morning. Oh fuck! Nice long bar. I had it marked as an area there for trap sellers, but I did not have a regular level there. I know you did, and just so you guys know, Bart and I mark things slightly different. So a lot of times we will come to different conclusions around the same numbers for different reasons, I guess you could say.
It's different methods. So that's one of the reasons why we have different methods available. It's not just one. They're based upon the same market structure, just different views. So we talked about that before. You can use fibs. Okay, and we're going to shoot up. Yep. Actually, 67 is my number, but 65 works too. Yep, 68. We're in that area. So whether or not you're using fibs and they work out, and somebody else is using Wyckoff or whatever it happens to be, we're all kind of in the same area. It's just different ways to interpret it and then to understand the progression that's out of it. So it's all good. And that's the same thing too. Somebody might want to trade a 4 hour and they love that. They're Forex. They love the 4 hours. They do it. Some people wants to trade a 15 minutes. Some people want to use a volume chart. But it's still the same concepts of what we're above or what we're below for the market structure.
I kind of want to get long this gold. I should have done it 20 ticks ago. See the VWAP it open. So we'll see. So I have a fucking potential short right here at 75. It's just, you know, if we gain this, we fucking are starting to make our way up there. It's be a tough short for me, especially considering this is a higher time frame pivot. So you know, it can tend to have a little move around, I guess you could say. It could blow through there.
So, and I'm closing this out. Not that we can't go higher out of there, but again, I have a new, for me, 30-minute candle that's starting. Mine's starting a little different than everybody else's, but I basically have one candle that's down in red, and we're just hitting what we had lost for that candle at the 67s. So probably some back and forth here. Typically, because we move down below 67 so much, I'm not saying we can't pop, guys, right? It's important because the trend's up. But because we moved down so much to 62s, we actually created some momentum so it can push back down and then regain the 67s out of there. So I had posted this in the room yesterday. Go read that stuff on Pivot Points by Jesse Livermore. You don't have to read the whole books of how the market moves, but he talks about pivot points real quickly. He says if there's an old $50 pivot point that he's using on a stock, and the stock is coming up to 50, he might want to short, but all of a sudden goes to 53. He knows that he needs to be long. So we're kind of doing the same concept here of thinking about it. 67 is important. Should we have gone to 62? Well, that's telling us something. What that is, I have no fucking idea. Warm my coffee up. 2 winners already. See you guys later.
Right, day's over. Thanks, guys. This is gonna be a really good fucking trade. I'm like beating myself up over here. I should have just smacked it. Fucking 71.8. Even then, I'd still be almost 20 ticks in the money. This is gonna hold this. It's a big weekly. We're fucking grooving on this thing. Nice ass trade. I mean, this was this morning. This was 75 ticks. Here we go again. Here's another 40 fucking ticks. Gold's my baby, man. I love this shit. Fucking love it. Compared to, I mean, the ES is fine. Don't get me wrong, but gold is really, really something special. Easy money. This is a 4-hour level 2. We'll probably come all the way the fuck back up here. Easy money. Should have fucking took it. You gotta stop playing around. Alright. Loving gold at the moment. Haha, Zero Hedge. Yeah, Zero Hedge is that dude, man. I like Zero Hedge. He's got a lot of negative shit out there, but he's good propaganda. I like reading this stuff. It makes Twitter interesting. The ultimate bear, yeah, no. Me too, though. That's why I have a hard time getting along the ES. I just find it fucking stupid that we're up here. But gotta trust the chart. That's why, if you notice, I tend to go heavier on my shorts than I do my longs. It's like, it's psychological. I don't even do it on purpose. I'm a fucking big time bear. This market's dumb. Good out, Bart. Bart, this fucking gold's gonna go, brother. I should have snagged this down here. Coming off this 4-hour, we're really gonna fucking boogie on this thing. I think we filled the fucking gap for yesterday. Yeah, I think this was a solid trade. Once we get over all this free streaming stuff, we can kind of get back to trading a little bit more actively. Yeah, I know, I got it backwards. Tell me about it. I mean, clearly the Fed is like propping this fucker up. I should be getting heavy on my longs, but what can you do? That's your bias. That's a bias for you. It's a fucking killer. Alright, let me set up my pre-configs here. 15. Okay. CL, GC. I'm gonna be sorry we didn't take that gold. Watch, you guys, we're gonna be sorry we didn't take this fucking gold trade. I'm telling you. I'm already sorry. I gave up fucking 120 ticks this morning already.
What's it at? What's the round number?
73. But let me show you this trade bar. Look at the Twitch. So this was as soon as I turned the stream on this morning, 7 o'clock, bounced off the weekly, 71.21, whatever. We came all the way up to 78.5. I mean, we really had a very nice move off of this. And then now we just bounced off of 70 again, and we're getting ready to touch 74. So 120 ticks so far this morning off of these levels on gold.
FYI, if anybody's watching on the Twitch, it's much easier for viewing on the eyes if you're in theater mode.
Oh, nice. Okay. Like the chat though. Yeah, so you can see the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, it stands out with the white text and the black background.
I don't think you can see it in theater mode, is what he's saying.
Mine stays in theater mode.
Oh, it does? Nice.
Yes.
Okay. You can have whatever you like. Sing it, Tupac.
Don't do that. YouTube's gonna take it down because of his song.
I
his
know,
singing.
right?
He hasn't approved any of his singing, so we don't have permission.
Nice fucking out, Bart. 68. Short 67, Poxter. Good call.
Yep. So
There's
could
nothing-
really
there's
ramp
nothing
here,
wrong
really
with
could
that.
ramp.
This is what we had to gain. There was 2 4-hour pivots here at 67 and 66.75. It was a legit short. 67 is also, as you know, a big pivot for us. Four points. You playing full size today, buddy? You don't know yet? Well, I mean, you just put the fucking trade on.
I don't care yet.
He says, I don't know yet. Well, I guess we'll find out. Like I said, if you don't...
Do you have duct tape over your dome?
That's right. You can't see what the fuck's going on. Morning, Marlon. Morning. We'll go meditate real quick. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. So crude is doing what we call trading the failure, guys. So we got a nice response off of this 1 hour weekly level this morning. It was like right at 7 on here, 6:45. We popped up 20 some ticks. Came back down and lost the level. Now we've come back up and we tested the backside of it. So this is what we call trading the failure. If you were long and you got out of some or whatever, and then you got stopped out for whatever reason, you come back up and you play the backside of your level. This is what we call trading the failure, just to kind of as an example of how this works here. Which is exactly what I should have done on the ES here, right? So I was long here, 68, 69, we popped up. When I was in the shower, came back out. When I came back down, I was stopped out. Clearly, when we came back up, I should have traded 68 as the short. Easily would have been considered trading the failure, aka hit the bull noise. That would have got my Lucci back. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm just not. I'll probably, Bart, until I wake up, I'm probably going to let you fucking dictate the pace this morning.
Cool.
We got 5 minutes till the open.
So that 842 is important on NQ here again. We're in this. I'm looking for some rotation back and forth here. So we're in yesterday's profile again. Let's see. So if we regain 67, I'm probably going to be looking for a long. Otherwise, we're going to be pushing this down. I want to enter for a short, but I need to
What up, BDK?
confirm losing 3260 here, which is some PLC stuff from the left in that area of these mixed profiles.
Gap.
Well, we're already in the gap, so there's no
Yeah.
gap there. So right, we're already in it. So on this opening, there's no gap here. We pulled back into the profile. So if we hang in this profile and lose this 67, there's a very good chance that we're going to drop all the way down to 3250 and test that lower volume areas from yesterday's volume.
Yeah.
We have to take it one step at a time, but that's what they're communicating right now. That's why if we regain 67 and then 71s, that's not going to happen. Well, the high yesterday, right, at the close, was 71s. So we're below that. So for the definition of a gap, depending on how you do it, the gap from February. Okay. I guess I'm a little more intraday trader, so I'm using the gap from a daily perspective.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look and see what he's talking about. Isn't the gap from February? Oh, yes, I got
Yeah.
you. You're talking, he's talking about up here.
82.50, yes.
No, he's talking about
that
30.
gap,
He's
so
talking
that's
about.
causing the drop, if that's what you're talking
He's talking
about.
about them 33.26 area up here. Yeah, I think ultimately we're targeting 33.17. Right, the gap down. What gap down? I'm confused. All right, all I know is a gap up from where we lost it. Yeah, because we lost it on the Corona fucking nonsense. All right, we'll see.
Right, so I have a low of the profile in there of 82s. That's what you're mentioning. So last night in the Globex, we went up to that area.
Okay, I got you. Got the right one. Okay. All right. I wanted to make sure I wasn't sounding like a bumbling idiot. I'm always a bumbling idiot, but. All right. Well, the short from 68 was certainly legit.
Yeah. BDK, great.
Marlon, if you're watching, I just sent you a direct message. Just put in the session time on the top one of what you want, 8:30 to 15:15, and do not check the evening session. I sent you a screenshot so that you can get the RTH. Chart settings. So go up to chart at the top of the column, go to chart settings, or just right click on the chart and hit chart settings anywhere in there. Here, I'll put it on the stream so you can see. This is any chart, okay? Chart settings, or right click and hit chart settings, and then it's right here under session times. So you want your session times to be 8:30 to 15:15, and do not take the evening session out if you're wanting RTH only. All right, so we're still all up in those trapped down here. This is pretty significant from Globex last night. Not saying they're gonna fucking pop it or anything, but we'll see what happens here. Bart, you see I took a few years off. I took the beard off last night. Took all that gray off. Fuck. I feel like I got 10 years back. Let's see. Fuck, you look creepy. Thanks, Marlon. Appreciate it, buddy. I love you too. Oh, fucking Marlon. Need the cornrows for sure. I'm not sure I got the hair to fucking hold them. Have to get some of that wax. So guys, this is significant on the volume here. We have a bunch of fucking selling activity. They came down, they tried to resell it, they couldn't. We just dipped into it this morning. They're clearly either getting out or holding this potential area for whatever reason. The sellers are wanting to evacuate their positions. Don't do that no more. I gotta hit the reboot button every now and then, Marlon. You scared me. Alright, let me move this up to today's open so we can mark the open. Let's see. Activate. I know, what a reshort, right? I'm not so sure it's not just some gyrations. We'll see. They're still holding this. I don't really have an untested leg start, Pac, or whatever you would like to call it. You know, start of a trend. Right now, like Bart said, really the closest thing to a significant area that we really need to be monitoring is the 50 to 53 area for a potential pop up. Other than that, I don't really have anything fresh. The only thing I have fresh is this 4 hour up here at 75.50, which would be a short, but gaining 67 is clearly a problem. 68, right? I mean, we know the significance of that level from yesterday. So, with that being said, it puts you in a slightly dangerous spot, right? I mean, because you're above all this congestion. You get above this. I mean, this is so key right here for our direction.
And you dumping. I'm trying to push on the lows here.
Okay.
So 784 was a number that we talked about yesterday, 2 days ago. Our TH low in that area. So we need to watch that. So even though we're pushing, doesn't mean we can't pop. Sorry to cut you off, but you're right on in
No, you're fine.
assessing what we're going to do here. Where 67 is very important.
Yeah, I like the
Push
52.
one way or another, we could be in balance here, but still pushing down. So even if we drop, we'd be looking for a play for a long.
Well, we technically opened right on yesterday's value area high, which is an interesting spot to open. So I'm looking at this 53 for a potential area to get long if we come down there. We'll see. Let's see what it looks like on yesterday's VP. It's nothing significant. Yeah, Pac, I'm a big fan of the untested. I tend to take a little bit, because the untesteds for me have a much higher probability rate. Doesn't mean that the static levels don't, but when I'm looking at, when I can pretty much look at an untested level and take it sight unseen. When I have to look at static levels, I try to take a little bit closer look and see where the volume's been at. So that's why I was looking at this 53 down here, because if we do fall, I probably will take a long down here.
And our issue is right now that in getting down into the 62, 60 area, not that we can't go down, but where the hell's the sellers if it's going to drop?
CAGK checked up announcing exercise of warrants for $9.6 million in gross proceeds. Charlie
And it's a
Hotel,
stupid
FOQ,
term, but
CAGK.
NQ's basically retraced halfway back, or what they call half back on its profile.
I see.
Check cap shares dropping to 62 cents, CAGK. Letter T, AT&T says AT&T's 5G network is live for consumers And businesses across the
NQ
US,
did get hit by Microsoft, but at the same time, I mean,
AT&T,
I bet you it'd be interesting to see what Microsoft's even doing.
I
Probably
thought we don't like Microsoft when we're Apple.
CBOI, Cinder Bay upgraded
that's one of these Apple guys in here. Yeah,
That's Charlie
yeah. Look at
Bravo,
this. They're
Yankee,
Microsoft
CBOI.
almost retraced this whole move. Look at these fucking spikes last night. Wow, Shake City. If you had resting orders, you could have just fucking kept banging it. I hear Tesla popped hard last night. I gotta look and see. Oh, we popped up. We used this area of support. We popped up off the earnings. Look at that. We fucking held this.
I didn't
held
even
that.
look. Were they good earnings or?
Dude, I don't even know if that exists for them. I'm not even sure how that works.
Well, I meant towards the expectation.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't even look
Forget their
either.
numbers.
I stopped even giving a fuck because none of it makes any sense to me. So I just do what the chart tells me now because I really can't figure this market out, like fundamentally. Tesla was still negative income. Exactly. The company hasn't made money since it started.
They're not going to. There's all kinds of people out there that say if you view them as a Ford or Chrysler or whatever else, that they're not. It's not the same model. So
Well, clearly you're fucking buying a pipe dream.
TSLA.
You're buying
through
Elon
bringing
Musk,
electric
is what you're
steel
buying.
Trade secrets through new hires that from Electric, TSLA,
Like I was telling you guys, one of these fucking companies, you're buying your new future. Yeah. So one of these companies said the price is going to be $2,500, and then J.P. Morgan said it's only worth $250 a share. So that just shows you how off different people are in terms of value of that thing. I was pretty shocked to see the discrepancy. It's only 1,000% or something like that.
MIST, Milestone Pharma shares up 146% now, 826 off the highs of $9.15. MIST,
Just have a new model. Tesla just doesn't make sense to me. And God bless all you guys who bought it cheap. I know there's some guys in this room who bought it cheap. I was talking to somebody last night. He said he's owned it since $400. Fuck, when it was at $400, I thought they were going bankrupt. So, good for you guys. Man, it's ridiculous. It's worth more than GM, Ford, and Mercedes combined. He owns a Tesla now? Yeah, well. I mean, they're cool cars. They're all over Chicago. They're good looking cars. Can't knock it.
well, they're fast too.
Fast as shit. They show them racing Lamborghinis all the time. Fucking spanking their ass.
CANF, Pan-5 getting up top here, Charlie Alpha, November Foxtrot, $2.54, CANF.
You like that mechanical feel, right? You like to hear the engine rumble. I like fossil fuels. Kind of feels that way, my friend.
VTGN, Vistagen Therapeutics, Victor Tango Golf, November.
M3s are cool.
Highs of the
I
day,
like M3s.
announcing positive
Floyd, you're not
FDA
buying the truck?
meeting regarding their treatment
The
for
Cybertruck?
anxiety.
Fucking,
It's ugly.
VTGN,
It's
Victor
fucking
Tango
hideous.
Golf, November.
it's the future. He said ugly as fuck, but I want to buy one. Exactly. That doesn't surprise me one bit.
CBAY, Simba Bay at the intraday high now. Charlie Bravo Alpha Yankee.
I feel like this is a short, Bart.
Announcing the FDA.
I don't have any sellers. I kind of like if it would whip that down real fast, it'd be worth getting short for sure.
CBAY, now
Towards the
$4.90
entry.
up
Would be right here if
20%.
you had settled.
CBAY also getting a buy rating and $10 price target at Raymond James.
Marlon's putting up some words of wisdom here.
Shares
The
of
market
Boeing
opens
dropping
and
here,
remains above the previous value
176.89,
area high, right? We
Boeing
notated that.
going down about 1.5%.
It's a bullish signal when the market opens above value but then fails to go through the overnight high and begins to trade back into value with volume with lows increasing. It's a signal of reversal. There's a strong tendency to rotate all the way back to the value area. I am 1,000% with that, Marlon. That was one of the conversations we said this morning, that they actually opened damn near the opening print was the value area high for yesterday.
AAL, American Airlines
Pretty interesting place for it to open, in my opinion. But staying below the 68 is clearly a bearish signal, but above the value area high is a bullish signal. Just kind of fucking sitting on my hands. We don't watch previous values? Yeah, we do. I fucking point them out all the time. Right here. I fucking point them out constantly. Right here. Previous value area high is 61. Previous value area low is 49. We're sitting right on top of it. Here was our open. This is Globex. Don't mind that. This is our open. This is the value area high. It was 61. We're just chilling. Yep. I could probably take the Globex session off. So for you guys in the room, so we don't get confused. I'll do that actually. I'll unhook this chart. This looks like a short to me. I don't give a fuck. But attach. Here we go. This makes things a lot clearer. This is a RTH session only. So you can see. There we go. Here's yesterday's value area. So we're opening within yesterday's range. We're in the previous day's value area and today's range. But like Marlon said, it's bullish that we're above this. However, we still could expect a nice little balance day. Downside targets are very tight. Yeah, I agree. I'll agree with that. Unless we just flat out fucking lose it. But I don't know if that'll happen or not.
Good stuff, Marlo. Right on.
Yep.
Here comes the pop. Gain 67.
Yeah, so we're basically almost done.
For you gold watchers over here,
We have one more session.
look at that shit. Fucking still holding that 4-hour double bottom. Got a nice little fucking scoop at the bottom here.
Our sessions and the notes from that. And then basically working towards setting us up for our PMT Connect to further refine, how we will be pulling together the ships as well as the PMT roadmap. So more to come next week, but that's pretty much what we're at right now.
Well, you're only 1 point away, Marlon. You like to chase. Fucking take it. I don't even care what price is. Just listen for the clicks. Could be making a bottom. We could be. You don't chase? Yeah, I don't chase either. Fuck that shit. It's not worth it. Yeah, I'm looking at the 233 as well, Tupac, on my chart. I just have on the 400 over here because it's a little easier to see the panned out view. But I am actually looking at a 233 as well. 67 is certainly of key importance to us here. Man, that gold fucking popped hard as hell off that retest. Damn. Just made a new fucking local high. I would say progression is set for the up. Actually came down and officially tested my level to the tick. We missed it here twice. Came down, officially tested it, and we popped. Man, there's fucking 50 ticks right there. Wowzer.
It is.
Goals that
BLNK, blink charging.
goals that payday.
Intraday high. BLNK.
Man, it's gonna go. Bart, this is gonna be a ridiculous long off of gold. Wasn't even watching it. So just so you guys know, if we can get back up here, I will be taking this short on CL. Obviously getting back up and holding this weekly is a little dangerous, but this is a risk I'm willing to take. It's only fucking 14 ticks or something, so I'll take this. I should probably be looking to get long as well. If we pop up, come back down and play this area, I'll kind of see how it goes. I'm quasi monitoring it today, so.
HLX, Helix Energy, popping to the high, 515, Hotel Lima X-ray. HLX, company reported their earnings after the close yesterday. HLX,
I tried to get long there.
share is now up 35%.
I didn't hit the market. Fuck. Fuck. Fucking put a resting in there. Hoping it would come back one tick and fill me.
LAC, Lithium Americas, getting.
Where'd you get long from, Bart?
Alpha Charlie.
I had to chase it as soon as we got above 67. I got long, so 67.25.
You taking a little bit off here, you just moved up.
No, I did. I took some off on that cash register, was my out as well. So we're looking to pop. We'll be getting in those 70s, previous RTA ties, so on and so on. So I'll take something off at 71 and then see what happens.
I know, Tupac, I missed it too. $65, nice. Man, that gold long is gonna be the fucking trade of the day. That thing's already spit out fucking 60 ticks.
All the details are behind it, you know what I mean? Like, they're there for us to be able to have those conversations around what type of support can we from a budget perspective, and start having.
So at 71.25, let's go.
So we're,
Probably take this and get it pulled back in.
yeah, we're gonna try to test yesterday's RTH high, it looks like, which would be this swing pivot right here. Oop. I'll just draw a little fucking, draw a little level here for you guys.
Yeah. So obviously it's a little after the fact or whatever, but what Marlo said was right on. And then again, as I had pointed out, for me, the main number is 67.
Yep.
So just because we lose that and back down, we would need to see some sellers. As I had said, where the hell's the sellers down here at 62?
There isn't
So,
any.
in that same philosophy, if we lose that, we shouldn't gain the 67. We need some sellers or some acceptance down there. But sitting above that profile is a good thing that Marlo pointed out. And now we're doing the same thing, testing the RTH high right to the tick, basically, at 71. So we can still screw around back at 67 and hold that value down there at 62s and come back up through 67 again. So we have some confirmation, but as of right now, trend's up.
Trend is absolutely up. You know, I hate to say it, I just fucking want to short this 4 hour, but I think I'm asking for trouble.
Yeah, back up into the highs over there, Marlo across. Yep. So I have a 82s, what we talked about. Even though when we fell back down, we had lost that low as well before we get even higher, and I got a level. Obviously, for me, the gap way up there is
Yeah.
33.28. I'm not saying we're getting there, but if we keep moving up, that's ultimately a gap that we need to fill in there.
Well, that's the area BDK was talking about. Yep. Yep. So guys, just to show you, we got a nice confirmation here on the fucking Rencos as well. Nice little delta flip off of that 62 down there. Just fucking tripping this morning. What do I think about all the shorts, Tupac? That they're the big one? This is that big one. Testing that RTH high to the tick. Oh, that's a bad idea. I know. Well, this fucking market wants to go up all the time. Shit. What was a good idea was that fucking gold bomb. Jesus Christ. There's just no sellers in this fucking market. What up, Fran? Hey, Fran, I tried to hit you up yesterday. I need your Discord name before I forget. Yo, look at this fucking GC, man. 80 fucking ticks. Fucking beast. Look at it, just pushing. Bye, 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 bye.
BASI.
Look at it go.
Analytical systems. CDC intends to order.
That's what I was saying. This is probably the fucking big one.
Bioanalytical instruments.
Nothing like fucking
Superscript 3,
86.
enzyme. Posting now.
Levels are playing.
That's BASI.
Ben, I don't know if you're out there, but good morning, Ben.
He never replies that he's listening. Sometimes yes, he might be listening to Trades by Matt.
Good day so far. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Not too bad in here too. Bart's taking some trades. I'm a little slow on the upswing today, so kind of just falling back a little bit. Levels are playing fucking amazing though. I will say that. I'm just me myself is just a little slow on the upswing today. I was up too late. Got started late.
Priced at $5. That's EDTK.
But yeah, these are all Bart, man.
Well, you're missing the original long in there too. So back into the 67, back up to 71.
Senate
Oh,
Democratic
okay.
Leader Schumer says
Exactly,
Republican
68
coronavirus response bill is
Back into
unserious and
70, 50.
unsatisfactory.
Might be a long right there. You gotta
Could-
do it. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. You trust the 67.
Fran, I know you. I don't know if you were talking. One of you guys said you traded gold in here, and so I drew it up this morning for you guys. And it's giving me the fucking fever.
Shares spiking here to the highs.
Look at this fucking level.
$1.80 at the high on ECOR.
Might have to watch myself. NQ is pushing down and should have popped up.
You know, I don't really get upset unless I watch $10 go by. So now I'm upset.
So I might be in trouble here. So I needed to gain that 71s, and I was doing something else and kind of heard the stuff and got the pullback. So I don't get a confirmation for continuing up by not getting above the 71s.
The ASI was halted on a circuit breaker.
So I'm gonna see if I can get a popping out of this. Go, 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 go. Come on, make some sounds. Thank you. We don't even have to put this on the chart, so I'm moving right to break even here.
Hey, Fran, can you type something for me just so I can see if the YouTube's working? It says I'm disconnected. I just want to make sure that I'm able to see your chats. This Restream application I have is kind of buggy when it comes to YouTube.
ECOR Electrocore has some patent news out. ECOR Echo Charlie Oscar Romeo.
Who is that?
Fran, can you type something in YouTube for me, Bart? Actually, no. Yeah, I'll do it. Never mind. Let me see.
Not on YouTube. There's.
I see Piper just punched something in on YouTube, but it's not coming across. Let me see. I know that everybody can see, or the chat, the stream's up, but the chat function's fucked up. Turn it off real fast. See if that fixes it. Scalposaurus, what up? I see you guys are on YouTube. If I'm having a trouble with the texting or with the chat application, I can't see it unless I'm actually logged into YouTube manually. It's not coming through.
Darn it! I wanted to push right there, but I'm not getting it. So
yeah, you guys really should, if you know, just so I don't miss you guys on some of your comments. So I'm struggling here with the YouTube. You should come to Twitch, unless you just don't have anything to say, and then that's fine too.
So I got out of that. So I took a 1.5 and then got out of breaking. Will work. I wanted that run at 68. So my thought process here is that it's fine that we tested that high at 71. If we don't lose 67, we're going to go up. But really, I need that confirmation of losing that or gaining that high at 71s. And I didn't have it, so I was a little iffy there. I should have waited on pulling the trigger there. So, but I was able to bail myself out.
So Fran says that he noticed that the crickets come after the action. Fran, you have a 8 to 10 second delay on YouTube, whereas Twitch only has a 2 or 3 second delay. So that might be where you're getting some of the confusion there, just as a heads up. The delay is a little more than normal. I don't know. Nothing's changed settings-wise, so I'm not really sure. Let's see, Fran. All right, Fran, you sent me your. I got the YouTube open so I can see your chats. Let me send you an invite right now. Friends list.
Short Tupac or long? Yeah, you gotta watch yourself not gaining that 71 there, so. Not that we can't go back up, but if we don't drop back down like we talked about, getting in the value area down below and losing 67 and start popping, and we have a 30-minute candle that's being positive above the previous 30-minute candle, we got a chance to pop back up higher here.
All right, Fran, I just sent you a friend invite on Discord. Guys, what I'm doing is if you've been in here a while and you are one of the regulars that we have in here and you've been participating in the group, what we're going to do is we're going to send you guys a link once you register for the website for the live stream. You're going to get a discount code. You're going to get like 3 weeks of being in the room, so you can actually see how the Discord room's working, and then you'll get access to the Zoom, which will be live with no delay and all that jazz. So I'm just kind of collecting information right now, just to let you know. Hopefully we'll have the promo code up before the end of the week, but just working with the website developer right now to make sure everything's on point. So you guys are kind of going to be our beta testers, just as a heads up. So. Yeah, Fran keeps making comments, man. I hate the fucking fact that this is... Man, the fuck. Let me see if I can fix this. There's 4 people watching on YouTube, and I don't understand what the problem is with this fucking shit. Try to turn this off for a second. And turn it back on.
So we have a real clean picture there that I talked about, which is really nice, right? So even though I got into my level back at 67, and then analyzing what was taking place, seeing some red bars on NQ, us not gaining that previous 71s, RTH high for a confirmation that we're up, was a good analysis, I guess, in real time to say, hey, I got to watch my ass here on this long.
Hey, Fran, I'm just going to throw this out here, buddy. Listen, you've got some really good comments here. He says resistance levels at 70. If we lose 65, we're headed to 58 to 50. I want to see your comments, bro. For some reason, your comments were coming over at 8:54 this morning, and then now this thing has disabled for some reason. I can't seem to get it online. I would love for you to come to Twitch just so that we could get your comments in here. You are one of the more vocal people in the day, and I value your information. And so I would really appreciate it if you'd come over here just so that I don't miss any of your stuff, because I don't want you to feel like you're, you know, we're not paying attention to you. I just don't flat out won't see it if I don't have my YouTube page open. And to be quite frank with you, it's taking up a whole page for me. It's covering up important charts. So
we're trying to give out hugs, and we can't hug you, man.
we can't, yeah. I like that, Bart. That's a good way to put it. We want a hug. Just go to Twitch, search Pro Futures Group. It's not that difficult. You'll find it. We're there.
Of course, she's jealous. You know, she was the star, and now she's stay.
Yeah, me neither, Tupac. That's why I'm just fucking chilling right now. I gotta get back in the groove. Bart's fucking printing money over here. He's in the zone.
I need NQ above 842 to help us.
I think right now
Otherwise, if we get a good push down here, we can get on board on that too. So
one, just wanted to
back down in the 3250s area. Be a nice play. I'm not saying it's going to happen. We're still above 67, so.
I don't know if we're nervous or not, but it doesn't show. So I just wanted to let you know that the presentation was expected. Great job. Great content, and I also love
Alright, this is the last time I'm gonna fuck around with this YouTube chat. I need to focus on my fucking day.
It was great also to see that you guys
Just cannot get it to fucking
for the
link together for whatever reason. It was working fine. Looks like we can also share all the restream chats directly into Discord, which would be kind of cool. I don't know. Yeah, YouTube's fucked for me.
I don't even see any of this typing out on Twitch that you're talking about if you're replying to somebody.
I'm not. I'm just talking in general because there's 4 guys sitting on YouTube right now watching, and so I just want just make them
Yeah.
aware. I am certainly trying to make it happen, but I can't get it to connect for whatever reason. So if you guys got something to say, come to Twitch. If not, then just enjoy the show, I guess.
to see if it makes sense for them to pull them in and have you present to them as well, before you present to the larger communities for their specific areas. And I've heard back from one of them, and this is hear back from the other 2 as well. And so I feel that one of the next steps would be to schedule time to go over as well as the UIK and discuss, the presentation of that, because that would be something that and just make sure that they're comfortable with, or if they want to add anything to the storytelling behind it, so that when you present it to a larger group, they know, they're fully vetted and it's all in alignment with the stakeholders that we're supporting, right? So, I'm trying to think, so that covers off my
Alright.
I know that that was
Let me focus on my fucking job here now for a second.
unless is Christy part of that, or are you doing that? She is, okay. So I would maybe say.
Guys, I am going to turn off this YouTube thing, so I might miss some of your comments. Okay. Try to make some money here.
EDTK halted on a circuit breaker after opening it, priced at $5. Local preps making a high of
Yes. Yeah.
$5.89 halted on a circuit breaker. Again, BASI Biochemical.
So we got a poor high in right now, just to let you know, Bart. Poor high.
Yeah.
Got a nice tail, but obviously still holding that value area.
SOLO Electromechanica, popping here, Sandy Oscar, Lima Oscar.
Okay. So with that said, go ahead and see if you can find. You probably need an hour each person.
Company announcing expansion of its retail footprint in Portland, Oregon. That's SOLO. That was earlier today, Sandy Oscar, Lima Oscar.
Schedule with them, and I'll try to see if I can. So you'll need meetings in Philly, you'll need meetings with Christy, she's not involved with the website, so I would tell you to invite Bud, but Bud's out.
We're doing the same shit here again. We have down here and we get back up above fucking 67. I'm gonna get long again. Not saying it's gonna happen, but right now it looks like it won't. But if it does, I will be. And Q's trying to test the lows. Yeah. So Fran 70 back down into the value area, trying to push back into the 3250s. That's what we talked about as well. He's confirming that. Can't gain that 71s. No new buyers up there. Ryan's chart. Look at that VWAP. If you're into that.
It's interesting how we played yesterday's RTH high to the tick, right? And fucking just couldn't do it. Gave it up. Played VWAP down.
So we just don't have a continuation on the 30 minutes either, so
Or do we be
I'm not saying they're ready to pop up.
Mayor de Blasio, now with his daily update in New York.
So that might be something to talk about just at that meeting. Yeah. So you'll probably need a full hour.
If I had to guess, I'd say Marlon Short. That's a fucking wild guess. Looking at the volume profile.
Senate aide says Senate draft coronavirus bill aims for new direct payments to individuals and couples, $1,200 and $2,400.
There we go, free money.
That from Reuters. S&P futures dropping 32.60.50.
So we are still holding the same area from last night, these Globex lows.
Patent Group files for 3 million.
These levels just continue to play over and over again, as you guys can see.
Offering. That's MARA, Michael Alpha Romeo Alpha, Marathon Patent Group. Again, calling for a 5.3 million share offering. MARA.
Oh. Whale.
IBIO, iBio popping here, India Bravo, India.
Still grabbing this.
Taking that long there.
Yep. Watch my ass here, so I'm not looking for much.
TLRY, Tilray granted international patent. All
Interesting.
disintegrating films for cannabis products.
Well, we're touching
TLRY,
yesterday's
Tilray,
POC of
Tango
58.
Romeo Yankee. TLRY with that patent news.
Target filled.
Nice job.
No, you pointed it out. Globex low.
Yeah. And it was yesterday's POC.
New
Shares of Tilray spiking here, $7.
excess on NQ on the lows
On
over
that
there,
patent
so
news.
if NQ can pop back up past 798 area, it'll push up higher. So we'll see though. Obviously, we're screwing around here in this profile down below, so should have hung up above 67. We didn't, so it was just a bunch of rotation here. Still trusting the long from the trend up. We'll see what happens.
So I feel like they're not putting much thought into it or even assessing what they're saying.
Second monitor just arrived. Uh-oh, you're in there. You're in business.
IPO,
Piper, where were you short from?
Echo Delta Tango Kilo.
10 handles on the NQ. Oh, yeah, that's right. You're trading NQ. Can't even look at that fucker.
So I have that previous low at that 784.
OPTT,
RTH
Ocean Power
low.
Technology, getting a pop here to the
So-
highs.
We certainly got a nice flip there.
91 cents. Now
Let's go,
at
baby.
87
Let's go, baby.
cents, 17%.
A little more.
Globex low, initial balance low,
TLRY,
POC.
Tilray, weekly 7.5 call sweep, Tango Lima Romeo Yankee.
So we have now put this is our second time frame that's going to be in. No, never mind. One time frame still. Never mind. I was going to say in yesterday's value area, but it's just still one time frame.
So for now, okay.
SRNE, Sorrento